magnificent creatures. Mudbugs, crayfish, crawdads, whatever you want to call them, really. They don't eat much. I've been feeding this and what is it called? Tetrafin. Just fish flakes. We're gonna get a bigger tank soon. Holds about 10 gallons of water. You want fresh water, not chlorine water that comes out of the tap. You're gonna need a bunch of gravel. You can get some out of your driveway or from the store. You're gonna need a bunch of big rocks for it to lay on. You might want to get like a castle, like what you would put in a fish tank for it to hide in. It hasn't really ate much of the fish flakes, but this is kind of the setup you're gonna need. Air pump, fish flakes, rocks, this tube right here. Kind of the setup, but a bigger tank than this that holds about 10 gallons of water. They're really magnificent creatures. There's a spot on its back. It's about right here. But that's where you're going to want to pick them up. It's just behind their massive claws. And if you don't pick them up there, they can easily get a hold of you. It doesn't hurt or anything, but it's really hard to get out of their grip. You can buy them from pet stores, or you can go to the nearest creek and you can catch them. They do swim backwards, so like you see its tail, how it's curved under it. That's how they swim. Their tail is straightened out and they flick it under them and it pushes the water toward their front, making them go backwards. I caught 3 or 4 today, but I was only allowed to bring home 1. I will be making scientific videos studying these creatures and other creatures like these. They, like I said, they are called mudbugs, crayfish, but the most common name you will hear for them is crawdad. It's crawdad, not crawdad. They are related to lobsters, and they are not actually very expensive at pet stores. They're fairly cheap for a crab-ish thing. You do not want it to get a hold of you, because like I said, it's going to be hard to get out of its reach. But if you do take it out of its tank and it grabs a hold of you, quickly submerge it, and once it starts feeling comfortable again, it will release you. It's getting kind of excited here because of the light. Let me find a way to block that. See here, where is it? I can't find a way to block the light without blocking the camera. Some of you adults out there may remember catching some when you was a little kid out in the creek behind your house, out in the countryside maybe, or some of you hunters may have gone to a creek one day, caught a couple of crawdads, mudbugs, whatever you really want to call them, really. Some of you fishermen and women may have caught some. They can lose their pincers in fights, so do not put them together, because they will most likely fight unless it's a female and a male. I have not yet discovered how to tell the difference between a male and a female, but I will post that in a later video if I find out. But these are just really beautiful creatures. They are very, very well camouflaged against rocks. I don't know if you can see it right there. It's right here next. Ooh, that looks weird. Right here next to my finger. right here. You can see its yellow pincers. At the end of its pincers, it's curved to get a hold of its prey better. It doesn't eat a whole lot of live stuff, and like I said, you can feed it fish flakes. Not too big, not too small. Oh. You might want to catch them when they're a baby, because so that way they not only live longer in captivity, but they will also get used to humans quicker, and you'll be able to pick it up and hold it. And if you catch an adult and you put it in captivity like this, they can live up to 20 to 25 years. But if you catch a little baby, they can live up to like 30 years in captivity. So that's really nice. And in some places they're considered a delicacy. But I just find that cool, to kill one of these magnificent creatures for food. But if I was starving to death, yeah, I'd kill it, eat it. I think it's getting a little camera shy. I see it blocking its eye with its antenna. But these are fast, guys, and they hide under rocks in a creek. So when you go to look for one, you're going to have to lift up the rock slowly as to not to scare it. If you do scare it, it's going to swim backwards under another rock. Their eyes are on the side of its head, unlike ours, because it needs to see all around it. It can see above it, in front of it, behind it, and to the side of it. Unlike us, we can only see what's in front of us, and directly outside of our vision is the side of our head. Unlike this guy. This guy is amazing. They are nocturnal creatures, so put it in some place without direct sunlight. And if I knew how to block the light on my camera, let's see here. That worked? No, it wouldn't. Oh, he's facing you. He's trying to greet y'all. But yeah, you see these little orange parts? That's where it's curved. Easier to get a hold of his prey. Really menacing if you've never seen one in person before. But they are harmless. Reminds me of spiders. Except spiders don't have as many legs. And they don't live underwater. These guys can live underwater. If you put it on land, it will desperately try to find water, because that's where it's supposed to be. And its parents, I don't know what parents do with their babies. I think the parents just leave when they lay the eggs for the baby. They may not. I'd have to look that up. I'll post more videos on these creatures and more like it. Menendez out.